Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Rev and Shanny Show live. If you want to do some breathing exercises, now is the time to do them. I will not be doing said breathing exercises because I don't need them. Not currently. I'm very much medicated, and I'm really starting to get used to these fucking medications that they put me on. And I very, most of the time, focused and not too loud, which is very good for Shanny, like big time. So, tonight we have decided to do a special on some fucking alien thing. That's all I know what it's about. I can't discuss with you what it is because I have no fucking idea what it is. All I know is that I'm wearing my Reptar shirt, and any day that I'm wearing my Reptar shirt is a good day. For me, anyway. I loved Rugrats as a kid. So what the hell do you think we're going to be watching tonight, folks? It's called Who They Are, full alien documentary by J. Horton Films. That's literally all we know.
That's
so,
true.
Let's go to which one do we want, honey? We want Man Baby? It's probably the best for this.
Yes.
Here we go with alien shit.
Attracted to that idea of there's something else.
This is what's happening. This is what's going on. And this is why they are doing it and what they want.
They're really not aliens, okay?
They're not coming here from distant star systems.
They don't necessarily want us to know that they are here.
Just a mountain, a hole opens up in a mountain and UFOs are shooting out of it.
That's when he saw this tall gray that was standing in his doorway.
As soon as we realized that this is what's going on.
So, we already see where they're going with this, folks. Their ideology is that they're not from out there, they're from here. Ultra-terrestrial. And that's and I believe that is the case. Personally.
I believe that too. Want to say hello to the people?
Go ahead.
Hello, Aries Chick, Mike, Deanne, Jacob, Bloop Nation, Ash, out of the ashes. The name of the doc is Who They Are. Who are they? Who are you?
Who they are. Who's the they? That's always the infamous question. Because schizophrenics constantly talk about they. Who's they? We're going to find out.
Everything clicked into place and started making sense.
UFOs. Eerie. Elusive. What in the cosmos are they? Where did they zip in from? And what clandestine agendas do they harbor on our humble Earth? These questions might tickle the mind or send shivers down the spine, depending on who you ask. Yes, my friends, UFOs, or UAPs as they now want us to call them, are undeniably real.
We've seen every show on it and read so much about it. And I kept seeing these people looking up at the sky going, who are they? What do they want? You know, this poor person keeps getting abducted and they don't understand it. And we had a theory on it.
For centuries, perhaps.
Theory is that they're ultra-terrestrial?
Yes, do you want to keep the mic on the whole time because it's pretty low?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see how it is. I believe that this theory is the most likely one because one place we definitely see these things go is into the ocean. We're going to definitely do a Bill Cooper special at some point. probably listen to some Hour of the Time Mystery Babylon series.
Do the Humpty Hump.
I dedicate myself that to you guys. When I get my own computer, it doesn't look like anybody out there is going to help me with that, so fine. When I finally get my first paycheck, I'm going to invest in my own system, and I'm going to be doing probably... I could review and play for everybody every Hour of the Time broadcast, and it's worth doing, because he gives you everything you need to know about New World Order shit.
I think I've been researching too much Diddy things, because I'm seeing things that I shouldn't be seeing in this picture right here. Like, I mean, look at this.
I see. Oh my God, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
There's a Diddy head, like, right up in there.
No, and his Diddy junk too.
Oh my God, see, but that's pareidolia.
That is pareidolia of someone, enjoying their Johnson. It's in the stars, folks.
Mike wants to club with you. Absolutely, Mike.
You want to club with me?
That would be sick.
You want to see my booty bounce?
That'd be sick. I will be singing karaoke the whole night.
Hey, Timu, I would enjoy if anyone would like to donate some blessings to us, because we're running low on the food.
We are. It happens, We got to the end of the food stamps, and it was all fresh, beautiful, wonderful food we had, but the money's gone. So
yes,
please, if you can, we got the links down there. You can donate. We love you. Thank you for whatever you can do. $1, $2, $3. It doesn't matter.
Rev, when are we having that triple threat OnlyFans with Shanny? Oh my God!
Jesus Christ! No males.
Anyway.
Nah, there's no males involved with that, Mike, like, for real. It's required female content. Female content. Required female partner in the throuple. That's a requirement. It's required. I apologize, but that's just the way it is. But you have fun, whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about. Out of the ashes of me striking people. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Like, go away. Stop causing drama.
Yeah.
When there is none.
There is none.
Sorry. Maybe people should not let the AI catch them.
We have not hit flag on one video.
That's right.
That's it.
I haven't flagged no one.
She's flagged nobody.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, go somewhere else if you want drama.
Right?
Perhaps millennia, the skies have set the stage for these mysterious visitors. According to the dedicated folks at the UFO Reporting Center, which has been keeping tabs on these celestial anomalies for nearly half a century, over 150,000 sightings have been cataloged in the United States alone. That's an average of over 3,000 per year, with a startling spike to over 6,000 in 2019. And let's whisper a chilling truth. These reported incidents are likely just a fraction of the actual encounters.
When I saw my first UFO, it was at nighttime, about maybe 9:30 at night. It was in like January or February. It must have been about 1970, 71. I just happened to be looking out the front door, and there was this large orange globe that was
I never told
maybe
anyone I flagged another
500 feet
creator.
high in the air,
No.
and it was just moving from south to north
Nice try.
at an even pace, kind of slow, and then it kind of
We have not hit one
and
flag
then it
button
continued on
anywhere.
to the north.
Nope.
And I was just
Neither
staring
one of
at it
us,
thinking,
so I don't know what you mean.
Is that an airplane? But it doesn't have running lights, and it's moving too slow, and
Move on.
it's an orange globe.
Rob Bresnahan took over his family company as a
He
teenager.
looks like fucking Superman, Clark Kent. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, yeah. With Stifler and no, excuse me.
No.
Ashton Kutcher mixed in.
Maybe, yeah.
That's 70s show. Like, totally. He's apparently a really out there conservative. I don't know. I think.
My God. I ain't talking about it anymore. I don't care. Be mad, weirdos.
You want to know what happened fast?
Sold it to a foreign private equity
Why don't
firm.
you
Invested in China.
to be mad?
Now he'd
This
vote
is
for
pretty
tax
simple
breaks
what
to
happened.
I
millionaires
was
like
picking up
him
for my
and
husband
risk
last
your
night.
social security. Don't let Rob Bresnahan sell you out too.
I'll tell you what happened. The YouTube algorithm worked.
Yes.
We did nothing.
There you go.
The YouTube algorithm worked. That's what happened, guys. That's it. Because we're actually making fucking content here. Our own commentary, not 100% of somebody else's video. Do you fucking understand that?
Lets you block ads or get paid to see them.
You hate
it's
that we're
Pi,
talented
and
and
once I
can
started
do
using
content.
it, I was
Leave.
shocked at how much
Go
of my
somewhere
content was
else.
actually ads. Like this whole top row on Amazon, ads. But with Pi, I can actually see the content I want to see.
Thank you,
And the
YouTube,
coolest part is that
for
when you
being
do
YouTube.
Thank you.
So we
YouTube.
should dismiss the thought that this is merely a fringe phenomenon.
Have we seen UFOs? Yes, I have.
I have.
Oh my god. Yes, he's a Hershey kiss.
Observed by the eccentrics among us. This
need
is a
the tinfoil
persistent,
hat, without a doubt,
worldwide
bro.
enigma that has even the most skeptical scientists scratching their heads.
It was 2005 before I saw my first one. I was the one driving and looking through the
that's
windshield
around my
ahead, and it was a bright white light in the sky, about maybe twice the brightness and size of, say, Venus. And at first I thought, oh, it's a plane coming into Palm Springs Airport, but it didn't have the blinking running lights like planes have,
Thank you, Kyle Parker.
and it wasn't behaving like a plane. It was
I don't
sort of
work
just
there.
hovering.
Quantum
it was
Country,
moved
I don't work
slowly,
there.
and then
That's the
it got
company
over
that's
the
taking
highway
care of
in front of
Shanny.
us.
I don't work
and
there.
it stopped. We were hurtling towards it at about 65 miles an hour, and it got brighter and brighter and brighter. And I'm not sure if it was moving towards us
Wow.
and us to it,
This is
or
what's gonna happen
or
now
what.
that we're live.
But it
You
got
are the
brighter
loser,
and brighter until
and I
it was
ain't
about
looking
half
at
the
anything.
brightness of
No,
the moon.
let's just ignore it.
Yep, that's what I'm
And
doing.
it took
We got a
off
fun thing.
so
Go to
quickly
vibrate.
that visually it streaked out into a line, and the line collapsed in on itself. I would have guessed it was traveling at 20,000 miles an hour. It was gone over the northern horizon in less than a quarter of a second. Just that fast. You know, a white light in the sky could be any number of things, right?
They
But
move
not
like
when
they
it
walk.
moves at 20,000 miles an hour. And also, it didn't like ramp up to 20,000 miles an hour. It instantly went at this speed. So the inertia would have been.
Hi, Ruby. How are you, darling girl?
There's evidence in the chat of absolute evil stalking. I'm
Yes.
just going to say that. That's all I'm going to say.
Unbelievable. Any human-made craft or human being would have been squashed against the wall. All the equipment in the plane would have been squashed against the wall, moving like that.
So, how fast are these things? There have been actual reports, allegedly reliable ones, that have clocked these mysterious crafts moving at speeds that, well, we're talking hold on to your hats somewhere in the ballpark of 15,000 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right. And no, they're not earning frequent flyer miles.
That's ridiculous fast. That's
Or, more accurately, they're not moving by any propulsion system we know of because it's not a propulsion system.
That's true.
They know how to utilize and manipulate electromagnetism.
That's why you see things spinning.
Yes, a sphere in a sphere, that would work. You equalize gravity with the spinning, and then they just know how to manipulate.
I know.
They know how to manipulate electromagnetic energy. That's what's going on. 100%.
It's true.
It's like they walk in the sky.
what was it in Spaceballs?
It's amazing.
Ludicrous speed.
And it's real.
So obviously we're dealing with, that's the UFO phenomenon. It can't be anything else.
What are these craft? Who pilots them? Why do they visit us?
All right, Ruby. She did a good job for her wife, if you know what I mean. Good job.
So frequently? Is there a covert alliance with the government? There are many theories out there, some fairly mundane. Some of them are really out there. Today, we're going to cover one of those theories. Brace yourself. These answers might just be
Eyeball.
as shocking as the unexpected phenomena itself.
My wife and I, Leslie, we actually sat down and talked with my brother Philip about some of the things that had happened to him. When he turned 16, yes, he had 3 events in a row that happened to him. The first night, he was awakened by these 2 bright, like UFOs, these bright lights that were shining inside, just outside his bedroom window. And he looked at them, and then he blacked out. For a few seconds, trying to figure out, is it flashlights? It wasn't flashlights. So the next night, he was awakened by what he called a scrabbling sound underneath his bed, and he just thought it was one of the cats. So he's going to go, put his hand down there and pet the cat, whatever. And instead, a hand grabbed his arm. He blacked out. And so the following night was, again, he was awakened in the middle of the night, and that's when he saw this tall gray that was standing in his doorway.
It's fascinating, really. UFO sightings aren't just the domain of sci-fi enthusiasts who wear tinfoil hats and attend yearly conventions. Although, let's be honest,
he's beautiful.
I know. That's a man that knows what's actually happening. Did you get this?
I know, right?
Mel Gibson conspiracy theory. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, there's signs. They wore the freaking tinfoil hats.
Oh, my God, that's right. That does happen in that movie.
It does. We should see Signs again.
We got it on iTunes. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think we do. Yeah, we need to.
They do add a bit of color to the mix. No, these reports come from folks of every kind. From the farmer in Nebraska who swears the lights above his cornfield weren't from the local teen's drone, to the pilot cruising at 30,000 feet who glimpses a fast mover that isn't on her radar.
Oh, that looks
and
sick.
Let's not forget the teacher,
right
baker,
the
and
zone.
Yes, even the candlestick maker. It seems looking up into the night sky and spotting something otherworldly is one of the few hobbies that doesn't discriminate based on your day job. Everyone's a potential witness in the grand cosmic court, where the jury's still out, but the intrigue is unanimous.
What happened to me when I was 18, it appeared to me as a blue-white entity, but bright. I was literally afraid to sleep in that bedroom the next night, so I didn't.
Man, Deanna's such
I
a
wore
good
my
mod.
work clothes from the day before, and I slept on the living room couch. I awoke about 5:30 in the morning, and I was laying on my back, and I know I was awake. I looked at my piano, thinking about what I was going to play that day, heard the fountain in the other room. I was awake, but I'm not going to get up at 5:30. And then from behind me, it was like this entity knew that I was awake. And again, this tall, skinny entity came from the front door, like just came right through the front door, brought all this blue-white light in with it. The whole room was filled with blue-white light, and it was blue-white.
Are you sure you weren't sleeping, bud? I mean, it could be like a dream within a dream type thing, man.
I mean, in my experience, because I have had an experience where I think something came in my house and took me.
Well, yeah.
I have had that experience. You can tell the difference, Shanny.
Yes.
Between a dream and where the reality splits from the dream.
Well, if I'm in that, lucid dreaming mode, yeah.
Yeah. You could tell the difference.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Like recently, I've been telling you about this.
What's with the blue-white light? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I can tell, I've told Shanny this a few times, that I've been having a reoccurring deal where I wake up, I go, okay, I know I'm dreaming, and I look at my hands. They're smaller than they normally are in the dream, though. That's weird.
Huh.
But the next thing I see is a bright light, and I see these guys in hazmat outfits. And the guys say to me, you gotta remember this. You gotta remember this, please. When you wake up, remember this. And it's like radioactive everywhere, I think.
Crazy.
That, I believe, is because they're gonna drop the nuke. They've made the decision to do it. It's just when.
How credible is this guy? I don't know. He's just telling a story.
Yeah, we don't really know that. I mean,
dude just telling his story.
Yeah.
Why does he have to be not credible? Because he's telling a story that's kind of interesting and weird.
This is a testimony of seeing something that's otherworldly that he can't explain. It's his story.
I know, right?
That's what we're hearing.
Right? Where is the phone?
It's here. I put it on silent because I ain't dealing with that.
Thank you.
Every time we do a show, this guy wants, what do you call it? Clout, you could say. Because I keep saying his name. Guess what? The person that's messaging me, I know you're listening to this because you're a psychopath. I'm never mentioning your name ever again. You're dead in my mind. You're that evil.
They're all dead. They're all dead in my mind.
Yep,
I don't
and it's
care.
appropriate. You live in D.C.
I'm not talking about these people.
Me neither. I'm done.
Well, stop bringing them up.
Stop by my right-hand side. Immediately, the whole right side of my body becomes paralyzed. And it bent down, and it whispered in my ear, not in my head, but in my ear, said, "Hi, Steve." And I'm thinking, I want to see your face. I want to see who you are. And I can't quite see its face. And so half of me was really excited. The other half of me was scared. And then I black out.
Now the real question, the one that keeps folks...
So fucking ugly.
Mm-hmm.
People are asking if you're part alien. What do you think the answer is?
Who? Me?
No, them.
Oh, them. The guy?
Yeah. What do you think the answer is? Do you think Rev is part alien?
Folks at NASA up at night, not to mention a few curious folks like us, is exactly what are these beings?
Apparently part
Are they
Archangel.
tourists from across the galaxy
the
just
avatar of
popping by to snap some photos of the Earth for their extraterrestrial Instagram? Or are they perhaps long-lost relatives who figured it was time to drop in for a cosmic family reunion? And here's where it gets even stickier. There's a chance that they might not even be from space.
That's
Theories at the time were that these beings are coming from all different star systems. The tall white ones are
Hi, Michelle. How are you, darling?
I don't believe anything's coming from out
coming
there.
from the Pleiades, and the blue ones are from the Arcturus, and from all these different places around, right?
Nope,
the more I
that's a
tried
lie.
to apply that theory to our data, it kept not aligning.
I'm
For
not.
one
I'm
thing,
talking about
these
what
UFOs
we're
are being
reviewing.
seen way too often.
I
They were
think
seen
she's
like
off with her
10,000
opinion.
times a year, every year, for hundreds of years, and going back maybe even thousands of years. So just the number of sightings was straining credulity that these could be coming from a distant star systems. It would have to be so easy they could just literally open a door and walk through to our universe. That's how it would have to be that easy for them to come.
Well, I know that CERN is working on a freaking portal.
Do you know that?
In Miami, they talk about these beings coming out of a portal. It's always portals.
Here to come here so
now.
often.
It's not out
A
of
question we get
freaking
all the
space
time is, how do you
saucers.
do culinary school
Portals.
online? And the way we do it is by focusing.
A lot
Maybe
of
they got
the
superior
UFO
technology
sightings
now.
that
Well, there's
I
portals in
was
Enoch,
finding
so-
were talking
There you
about
go.
them coming up out of the planet somehow. They're coming up out of a lake, or they're coming up out of the ocean,
Yeah.
or out of a volcano, or at the side of a ridge, or a mesa, or just a mountain. A hole opens up in a mountain, and UFO.
The fact is, we've never seen anything really come in through space.
That's true.
Never. We have seen tons of eyewitness footage that's real of them going in the water.
Yep.
They're ultra-terrestrial. That's what I believe, definitely.
Correct.
UFOs are shooting out of it. I kept hearing these kinds of things, and so they're not coming from up down. They're coming from down up.
So around about the time when I hit
said
30, I just started doing my own research because of a
This
very
guy's cool.
strange event that happened when I was married to my ex-wife. I still don't know what to make about it this day.
You have a lot of strange events when you're married to your ex, let me just tell you. I know how that works.
You do.
I don't know what to make about it. My wife was a strange fucking woman, and we saw aliens together.
That's awesome.
My ex-wife was a school teacher,
I want to see some.
and she was getting ready to go to school. It's about 5:30. She'd always get up early, you know. So anyway, so she's in the bathroom getting dressed, and I'm trying to go back to sleep, and I hear this
Sounds like
distinctive sound of a Harley Davidson.
Too early,
being
honey.
revved. And this is 5:30 in the morning in January. So it's
Maybe your wife was cheating on you with some dude on a Harley Davidson at 5:30 in the morning.
Or with the Ponte.
No, it has to be the aliens.
She,
Bro.
She willingly cheated with Ponte members.
Bastards.
dark. And we lived on the second story of a condo in a courtyard of a condominium park, right? Well, who the hell is revving a Harley Davidson at 5:30 in the morning? It was loud. And so I got up out of bed and I looked out the window.
God, I bet if you're like on that side right there, she's showing all of the parts.
You know, I could take the seat right under there. I mean, no, kidding.
He like, hi Lizzie, how are you?
What's up, Lizzie?
How are you, darling?
God bless you, we love you. That's some B-roll. That's some B-roll.
She's showing it all, man.
This doc is like, yeah, we got to use this once at least.
Yeah, she's showing where the babies are made.
That's clicks right there.
Yeah.
You get it?
Right?
Cut off jean shorts. God damn.
There's nobody there. I thought that was really odd. And so I went back, tried to go back to sleep, and then it happened again, even louder this time. So I rolled onto my back, and then all of a sudden, all these beings just appear in my room, weirdly dressed. Some were animals, and they were like attacking me, you know, holding me down, and I could not stop it. Then I finally got out of that. You know, I wasn't in a dream, you know, and I thought,
talk like that.
I must be losing my mind. Well, according to our research, that they really are part of the human experience that goes back to a splitting of our races about 13,000 years ago.
What?
Zachariah Sitchin,
born in 1820,
became famous or infamous, depending on how you look at it, for his interpretations of ancient Sumerian texts. Now, according to him, these texts weren't just historical records. Oh no, he believed they told the story of extraterrestrial...
Fuck that. Where's Vaughn? We need Vaughn to take care of that alien right there.
That shotgun.
Really? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if he had slugs or buckshot.
I guess not.
I'm not sure. We gotta review it with Vaughn. Like, did he have buckshot or solid slugs?
Probably.
You got a solid slug, that thing was dead.
Dude.
Buckshot, you'd probably survive it.
Dude, we should put that song on that's on, like, Mars Attacks, and their heads will blow up.
Oh my god, that's it. It probably works. Because everything is frequency. It really is. Like, even energy is...
I bet they talk like this.
In real life. The clicks.
Yeah, the clicks.
It's possible.
Guaranteed clicks.
Just a little reminder for folks, we love that you're here. Hit the thumbs up, become a member if you want to, and if you can, because we have no money for foods, donate down below. Thank you.
Yes. We
love you. God bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You should do a live alien watch with Vaughn.
That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
We gotta go to a park.
We gotta get a hold of Vaughn. Does someone know how to get a hold of Vaughn?
Does he have a YouTube?
Where's Sabella? She always knows how to get a hold of people.
Yeah. Does Vaughn have a channel on YouTube again? Or is he gone? Is he somewhere else? Von Helton, people.
Someone tell me. I need to know about Vaughn.
We need to know where Vaughn is.
Yes.
Foods. We need foods.
Well, happy birthday, Vixen.
Alright. Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
I haven't gotten fucking paid yet, Sarah. And I'm getting sick of not being paid, so working on that as soon as possible.
Krista has his email. Thank you.
That would work, Krista. Thank you. Welcome, Krista.
Has anyone had a spotting of J-Dubs?
Oh boy, I hope he's around. I don't see him on.
Maybe he's still in jail. I don't know.
I don't see him on Steam. Right?
I don't know.
He's always on Steam when he's okay. Because he's constantly playing something.
Real visitors.
Oh, sorry. I just, started that shit, man.
He's like me when I was, 15. I was always playing something. Always. Oh, my God. Losers. Sorry you guys lost and the YouTube algorithm got you. Sorry. It's tough beans.
It happens.
Known as the Anunnaki. According to Sitchin, well, they weren't just any visitors. They were the architects of human civilization. He argued that these beings came from a hidden planet in our solar system. Now, this planet supposedly has an elongated orbit, bringing it near Earth every 3,600 years or so. Sitchin's books, particularly starting with the 12th planet, explore the idea that the Anunnaki come to the Earth in search of resources, specifically gold, which they needed to stabilize their own planet's atmosphere.
Oh, is that what it was for? I didn't know that.
And here's the kicker.
They eat it,
He
too,
suggested that the Anunnaki genetically engineered the first humans as laborers to mine this gold.
Lie. Sorry.
Well, it could be the Neanderthals, and that's why there's, they don't exist anymore.
Well, you either got a plumb line for truth or not, and I do, and it's the Bible, and that's not what that's not what it says.
The engineering of the first humans could also be the Anunnaki. Or not the Anunnaki, but the
Elohim.
Yeah,
the Anunnaki Elohim.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, look, that it is true that it's...
I can't disregard these ancient humans, like...
Well, be careful with Sitchin.
Yeah.
Okay? How the fuck did he translate them? I think he wrote a story. That's what Amanda Breck believes, and I trust Amanda Breck, really. Sitchin wrote...
I don't know.
Sitchin wrote fiction. Sitchin wrote fiction. I believe that.
All right, then.
How do you translate a language that's not known how to translate? He just read, this is definitely what it means. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, right?
You probably wrote a sci-fi story like L. Ron Hubbard and Dianetics. You found new religions over this shit. You know? People love personal drama and it's dog shit.
It is.
You got that, folks?
Sorry.
We like doing content.
All personal things will not be answered. You know why they will not be answered?
Why? What's the deal?
Stranger.
Wait, can we hear Kevin McAllister one more time telling people the truth?
Yeah, the reason why I don't say anything to you guys about my personal, identity is...
You're a stranger.
Oh my God.
Do you get that?
Kevin got it right, see?
See?
Am I right?
Can I just get that point one more time?
One more time, Kevin.
You're a stranger.
That's it.
That's it.
See?
Listen to Macaulay.
That's right. He's a good boy. Don't sabotage her weight loss. How could I do that? She barely eats anyway. She wasn't eating much before the Ozempic.
I'm telling people how they should live their life.
I am a person that believes in the freedom of his wife.
Exactly.
If so, you got the whole Salon Chateau thing, whatever that is, and that's their life. She's free to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Thank you.
I put no limits on her because that's not the way relationships are supposed to work.
If people would like to support us, they can. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for anybody that does, because we really are. Yes. I have not gotten one paycheck yet, not one. So we're suffering right now. Once I have my income coming in the way it's supposed to, I will never e-beg again. You have my word.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to be making enough moolah. You have my word. Like Jack, you got my word. You see?
Sitchin has a lot of good evidence, and one of the things is that in the ancient Sumerian tablets, they talk about a pyramid that they built. They show a picture of it, and the proportions are precisely that of the Great Pyramid at Giza.
Now, his theories, they've stirred up quite a bit of debate. Scholars, many of them, dismiss his interpretations, but there's no denying that Sitchin's ideas have captivated a wide audience.
God bless you. Thank
People
you.
are drawn to the mystery of it all.
Thank you for the support.
Among the demons, myths, hidden planets.
You're an angel among the demons.
One that Zachariah Sitchin wove.
I'm believing that's why everyone who is a believer getting attacked.
That's right. Especially those like us that are in the public eye.
Exactly.
They're trying to really drive us nuts. Well, guess what? Christ is king.
That's right.
Christ is king. You can't dethrone him, and he's coming back soon to sort all of the dog shit out. Dad's coming back.
That's right.
over.
It is. You guys been caught. Sabotaged. You sabotaged yourself, really.
Yes,
you didn't want to do the good thing.
That's a blessing straight to you from Jesus. Thank you. You're going to be blessed big. I don't know what. We'll see. Sitchin goes, well, Anunnaki, Planet X. Where? Okay, excuse me? What exactly are you... How did you translate these tablets?
That's true.
Come on. Eric von Daniken is much more, I'd say, credible in what he wrote.
That's right.
As far as I know. When I read Sitchin, I felt like I was reading something sci-fi that I could have written. Seriously, that's how I feel about it.
True.
Could there be elements of the story that are based on a half-truth or a truth? Yeah. But one little sprinkling of a lie, you're done. And he's already been caught pretty much lying in some cases.
That's true.
That's what Sitchin is to me. Daniken is way more, I'd say, credible.
Now they're saying you're trying to force me to gain weight. Now you're forcing me to eat instead of me forcing you not to eat.
Right.
Wow, you see how they switch that shit?
Yeah, that's for Cinnamon Toast Ken. Do you see how psychotic these people are, Ken? Please cover this video for a second, this little thing. Here's a little something from Rev and Shanny, showing how fucking insane their audience is. Do that, Ken, because it's true. They are the craziest motherfucking parasocial freaks that you can imagine. It's just the truth,
It's weird.
Out of their minds. Because they hate their own life. So they want to come in our life and make it miserable. It's not going to work anymore.
No.
Because Christ is king.
And I just don't care anymore.
That too.
Into a narrative that challenges our understanding of human history.
Early on in my life, I read this book by a man named Fraser. He wrote it in the 1800s. He had tracked down 500 separate cultures worldwide that had a flood myth.
Well.
Oh, sorry.
In their most ancient lore.
The Great Flood. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill puddle that forms because you forgot to clean the gutter.
No, it's in every single ancient culture. They talk about this flood.
Yeah, but science says we can't. Oh, it's impossible that was the case.
Oh, you damn well know they're lying about that shit.
They're lying. Absolutely. 100%. Excuse me, you see, that's Sodom. That was a comment straight from Sodom.
No, this is the flood, with a capital F. The one that supposedly washed away nearly everything on the earth, leaving behind only those lucky enough to snag a spot on what might be considered the most overcrowded cruise in history.
And supposedly, a lot of these flood myths end the same way, too. They all begin the same way, almost. It's like, God told us, you better...
Thank you for the 20 knock.
I promise you I will do that knock, your name is PR? PR? I don't know. I promise you we're both going to play Alien Isolation together.
Yes.
Both of us are going to play it. So yes, you'll get that when we're out of the mode of doing some review videos and we're back in the mode of gaming. That's what you... And yes, we decide the content because we create. So whatever we're doing first is what we want to do first. And then afterwards, we'll start doing the request deal. But yes, I promise you, you're going to get Alien Isolation.
You better build an ark, but then they almost all end the same way. Man had devolved into barbarism and cannibalism. And it looked like we were failing, like we were going to die out. Then God took pity on us and sent an emissary, or came himself. A godlike figure comes back to the people and gives them back civilization, teaches them how to grow crops again and how to do architecture and math, basically gives civilization back to the people, and then disappears. Then I began looking into it, the possibility that the flood really did happen.
Need a UGC video for your business?
It's guaranteed it happened, 100%.
Find me and
There's
many others.
There's absolutely no way that it didn't happen. And that's why you have science saying, it's impossible.
Exactly.
Okay.
Of creators on Fiverr, or you.
And about 3 decades ago, I think it was, nanodiamonds were discovered in the soil of 13,000 years ago. There was a minor extinction event in North America. The Clovis people were all wiped out, along with the mammoth and the mastodon, American horse, the camel, and the saber-toothed cat, and the dire wolf, and a bunch of other animals, all wiped out at the same time.
That's it.
Then the nanodiamonds were discovered in this 13,000-year-old soil.
God did it.
And once that happened...
Nanodiamonds.
You want to know what happened? God did it. Jesus. And if you don't like that answer, I hate to tell you, that is the accurate answer. God did it.
God did it.
God did it.
Man.
He did. He released all of the waters from underneath the fucking all the oceans and the planet, cracked open every fucking seam that there was in the planet, and water shot out of everything. And then the firmament, which used to be around our planet, fell, which was water above the planet, protecting us from radiation and everything else. That fell at the same time as that, and God flipped a switch and said, fuck you, you're done. Because the entire world was Sodom, like some of you folks.
And we knew what we were dealing with. It was a celestial impact of some kind. Because nanodiamonds only form during celestial impacts. The dust that a meteor or a comet brings with it through our atmosphere, that dust superheats and forms these little tiny round diamonds called nanodiamonds. Now we had the smoking gun. We knew it was a...
Honey?
Yes?
If you give me a diamond ring, can you make sure it's a nano diamond?
Oh, man, I'll be looking for that.
Nano diamonds?
I'm going to go to the Viewmont Mall.
To
Bacardi Jewelers or whatever the most fancy place and say, hey, do you happen to have... My wife is way, way too perfect and she needs this. Do you have nano diamonds for me? What, sir? Fucking nano diamonds. Can you produce them for me? Okay, that's it. I need them for Shanny's ring.
That's right.
That's it. Nano diamonds, guaranteed.
See, Problematic said she needs some nanodiamonds. See?
I'd provide them if I could. Listen, I gave money to everyone. Shanny could tell you that.
We need to make sure there's a space impact on the Earth so we can collect some more nanodiamonds.
The space jizz must produce its crystalline form, which is nanodiamonds. You just learned something, didn't you?
I never knew there was a nanodiamond until today.
See? Nanodiamonds are actually Ponty space jizz. That's it.
There's some nanodiamonds in my belly button?
Amazing, maybe.
That's awesome.
Next time I'm eating you, I have to search for it.
Okay.
Well, that's it. Is that a Gavin Kycat?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
A celestial impact of some kind. But then after the comet struck, the resulting tsunamis, we think, caused a lithospheric shift as well. But right after that, after the Younger Dryas impact, we think it shifted the planet slightly. It put Siberia from a temperate zone up into an Arctic zone. So that's why there are all these mammoths and, rhinoceri frozen to death. Flash frozen, by the way, which would have happened in the Younger Dryas comet impact, because a wall of sleet would have gone out in a massive circle outward. When it hit these mammoths and these animals in Siberia.
Yes.
Whoa.
What? What are you doing?
My cup is missing.
Be right back, guys.
My cup is missing.
Well, what Rev was doing in the kitchen was farting.
Ah, yeah, see, that's accurate. I literally had a massive fart the size you can't imagine. I almost shit my pants. But see, this is the type of thing. Trump, for example, he now has issue with shitting himself. That's rough.
I do love cheese pizza.
Oh yeah, if look, I would probably eat one slice. Probably not though, because my stomach's been so messed up. But yeah, if somebody could send a cheese pizza, you'd be like a hero, a huge hero. That's the truth. Trump, for example, pretty much has a really tough time with shitting his pants now.
Yes.
Right in front of the public, he just shits himself. And we saw this phenomenon. We saw this phenomenon also with Joseph Robinette Biden, who I bless in the name of Jesus because I do think he's basically a good man. He's just made some mistakes, like supporting Bibi Netanyahu, and we love our Bibi. Our Bibi's incredible. But the one in real life is, wow, whoa. It's some pretty rough stuff for that.
It is.
So the fact of the matter is that the Lord Jesus and the Father are allowing our world leaders to loose their loins, as you would say it in the scripture, and they shit their fucking pants.
There you go.
Do you see how the God puts evil people in derision for a time because they have to be put in that? Just like some people in our chat.
A future near you.
That's right. We're going back to it, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, this is entertaining because it's a lot of testimonies, and who doesn't love testimonies?
Amen.
It's one of my favorite things. Like, Shanny, didn't you say you love near-death experiences? Like stories of that. One of your favorite things, isn't it?
Huh.
Wow.
What?
You told me I think you like to hear near-death experiences.
Yes, I do.
We should do an entire show dedicated to that.
That'd be cool.
Like people going to hell, people seeing heaven, you know?
That's right.
Could do Sid Roth.
Hi, Jesus Christ. How are you?
That's blasphemy to really do that, but welcome, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you, but I mean, is it you, Jesus? Don't be an antichrist by impersonating Jesus. You're not lifted by His Spirit. Just makes me sad for the state of your fizzling mind. Jack, well, I mean, your last name is Death. Do I need to say anything else?
Siberia hit them so fast that it froze them standing.
I like this woman.
They actually froze with food still in their mouths, like they're mid-chew. And fruit trees were frozen with fruit still on them. Anyone who's had a crop of fruit trees exposed to a winter frost knows that the trees will drop their fruit to survive. But for them to be flash frozen so fast that the fruit is still on the tree, that would have had to have been incredibly fast freezing. I think the human race back then, they had like the Deep Impact movie. There's a killer asteroid heading to Earth.
That was a good movie.
President Morgan Freeman proposes two plans. Plan A is to blow up the asteroid with the hero, Hollywood hero.
Isn't that the movie with, what's her name? One of the, Arquettes. The one who was married to David Duchovny. And the water was coming in.
Rosanna Arquette.
I think.
Not Patricia.
And the water was coming in, and she was hugging her dad. Wasn't that Deep Impact?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's
the last scene.
I cried because I love my dad.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Was in it, and he's like standing at the side. He's standing at the shoreline, and it's just this huge tsunami, and that they just wipes out everybody. Right. That's the movie.
Yeah.
That is a good movie. Oh, isn't Tia Leone in that?
I'm not quite sure.
David Duchovny's ex? Tia Leone?
Oh, wait, you're right. It is Tia Leone.
Yeah.
You're right.
Not Rosanna.
Not Arquette.
I see why you would mix them up, though. Because
the movie's like 20 years ago, guys.
It is.
I only watched it once.
And then there's Armageddon, of course, with Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler. There's that movie.
That's true.
Armageddon. I saw that in the theater when it came out. It's kind of a roller coaster ride movie.
Heroes that fly off. But Plan B was to dig these cities underground deep enough to where people would survive the impact. And I believe that is precisely what happened. These societies of humans were installed underground. They took their technology with them. Then the impact happened. The poor schmoes left on the surface. We were almost wiped out. And we were thrown back into the Stone Age. And so that makes the people living under the ground 13,000 years more advanced than we are, technologically speaking. We think that that's who is launching the UFOs in our skies. And as soon as we realized that this is what's going on, everything clicked into place and started making sense.
If you shop on Amazon, you should use this tool. It's a browser extension.
But if you're of the
that automatically compares Amazon.
These entities
that they're coming from outer space, you're going to be really confused.
Yeah, I think they're more like from like kind of like a different dimension, maybe within the Earth type of thing. I'm not quite sure though.
I mean, that's total speculation because we don't even know for sure if other dimensions exist.
That's right.
That's just truth.
Right.
What can you see with your eyes in the physical? The people have seen translucent orbs.
That's right.
With something in the center of it that, in some cases, look like a black cube.
That's true.
That's what people seen. And, of course, saucer craft, which I think is government.
That could be it.
Government experimental craft.
That could be it.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically really human beings. Human beings that have a 13,000-year advantage over us technologically. I mean, look how far we've come in 100 years. From the Model T to what we have now. From the beginning of airplanes, now we have the internet. It's like we've come so far. Just imagine the human race, with even a couple thousand years of not killing themselves, and what we will be able to do. I mean, it's shocking. It's necessity. A lot of it's necessity. And also too, they don't want us to blow up the planet.
Very clearly, maybe.
Because they live here. We're messing with their ability to survive, but they need us, and they don't necessarily want us to know that they are here, because human beings, we freak out easily too. It's easy to buy into, like, the War of the Worlds, 1938. It was even said this is all a fiction. This is all just a play, right? But some people thought, like Trinity Lake, they thought it was absolutely real. People killed themselves because they didn't know. Because it's easy to make people fearful. It's easy to push the buttons of people.
So a lot of people ask, so Leslie, are aliens involved at all? Then we have to go back. So most of the time we've been talking about what happened 13,000 years ago when I think the race separated. That would be a really good reason for the race to separate, right? Is why would so many people go underground, you ask yourselves? Well, there's a really good reason right there, But if you go back a lot further to the time between Homo erectus and Homo sapien, this is an enormous missing link here. It appears that the human race was uplifted from Homo erectus into Homo sapien. And we think that because there's actually some genetic proof of this. It's in the speech centers of the Broca's brain that looks like there's been a cut and paste job on our genome, like we've been uplifted to be able to speak, like somebody gave us the power of speech. And there's an enormous difference between Homo erectus and Homo sapien cognitively as well. It has to do with being able to imagine. The Homo erectus was still like an animal. It would have drunk water out of a creek like this, right? But Homo sapien, we make cups and build chairs to sit in and houses to sit in and drink water from our cup. The creative mind this is an enormous jump. And it looks like we were uplifted, and we couldn't have uplifted ourselves, right? Prior to 13,000 years ago, because of the comet impact.
So the more we go through time, the less we are impacted by their genetics they did on us. The Anunnaki is what the conclusion is. Am I being right here?
If you believe that these beings were involved with our creation, then yes, you're on the right track. Degradation of genetics over time. And then they have to come and re-engineer man again to make him back to what he used to be, because the decay of genetics over time. It's a sci-fi novel.
Interesting.
It's a sci-fi novel. It's good sci-fi writing. But is it true? No. The Bible tells us...
We have almost no history of ourselves back, anything prior to that. Everything comes from archaeology prior to that, one of the few things we do have is the Sumerian tablets, because they were fired and buried. That was good. That was a good idea, right? Their history is there, and it's one of the few histories we have that does go back that far. Sitchin didn't make the stuff up. He was translating these tablets. Sorry. Some people think badly, some people think great. But I really...
Well, is there any other scientists that can verify Sitchin's translation?
Pretty much all people people that are academics call him a kook and he made stuff up.
But what if they're lying?
I don't think they are.
All right.
I think maybe he had a basic understanding, perhaps, of the language, and he had a basic story outline of what it could be. Then he put a lot of filler and bullshit and made a book.
Maybe.
That's my opinion. I've researched this quite a bit.
Huh.
And the people that are in the know, that actually are, they're not COINTELPRO or to be out there to deceive people. He wrote a sci-fi story out of a skeletal structure of maybe a semi-true thing. That's my opinion.
All right.
Yeah. My opinion. From research.
Huh.
Put a lot of stock in Sitchin's work. For instance, I like his theory on the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Yes.
That it was built 10,000 years ago. One of the things the Sumerians like to do was mark their endeavors with the astrological components of precession. And the precession, they would have been entering the time of Leo 10,000 years ago. And that's why they put all these sphinxes all over the Giza Plateau, is because it was in the time of Leo.
That could be
now,
accurate.
Is this the master and his people? Are they making this history up? Or is this really the Sumerian history as is real? Because if it is, then Nibiru is a planet that is supposed to be part of our solar system. So we're still not talking about interstellar travel per se, right? Nibiru is supposed to circle a brown dwarf out towards the direction of Orion. This is why so many ancient world sculptures have Orion somehow in it. The belt of Orion is key and important to them. And it takes a 3,600-year evolution for Nibiru to swing through our solar system. So once again, you don't need faster than light travel, because the planet itself.
That's what I think, Cookie Pop. That the gods and goddesses are aliens. Possibly, or fallen, angels, some kind of weird shit like that.
They're entities that were the result of the Genesis 6 incursion of fallen angels fucking women. That's what they are. The men of old, men of renown, who Nimrod became one. It's very crazy shit. I don't know what that is really, other than to tell you that it most likely had to do with DNA genetic manipulation. He was so brilliant, and I'm not saying he was not good, in any way good, okay, Nimrod. But I do think that they got great knowledge from somewhere, and they had an idea of how to manipulate genes.
Well, you go to the Book of Enoch.
Right.
The Watchers.
Yes.
And they taught mankind to do all these different weird things.
Even makeup.
They could be the Sumerian people that they're talking about. I mean, it happened around the same time anyway.
We got to talk about Atlantis and Lemuria, too. Because that's real. I believe 100% that Atlantis and Lemuria were real places. And they wiped each other out with either neutron or atomic weapons. So we're actually going over the same cycle they did.
Exactly.
I think that's true. Definitely.
Definitely.
In my mind, it's definite. Yeah. We're repeating the cycle of Atlantis and Lemuria. Unfortunately.
Huh, that's interesting, T-Berry. Well, if the aliens are the reason I have gone from having only the Encyclopedia Britannica for info to cell phones, world info, then Dane, thank you, aliens.
Yeah! You could say that, but it's also destroying mankind. Okay? Technology is a double-edged sword. You lose privacy. You lose your sanity if you pay attention to certain people too much.
Yeah.
The web, as we call it at the beginning, was the best thing on planet Earth.
That's true.
Once we introduced social media to the culture, that was it. Society's starting to break down at that point. Social media, yep.
That's true.
Bad shit.
That's true.
It is, man.
Is just swinging through the solar system every 3,600 years. And then you can use just good old-fashioned rocketry to get from one planet to another. And we think they did, because we have a lot of rockets in ancient Sumerian artwork showing a giant rocket with flames coming out of the bottom of it. A lot of these artifacts that don't make any sense, it's because we were a thriving civilization that got destroyed and then had to re-emerge. But we have a few little pieces from the civilization prior that make no sense with our current, belief in evolution.
There's power.
Wow.
That there is what I just said. There is evidence of some kind of cataclysmic event. Multiple cataclysmic events. Now, conventional science will tell you that it was an asteroid and the dinosaurs were on the Earth, and that's their deal. I think that's completely false. I think dinosaurs were Nephilim animals. They fucking bioengineered these monstrous animals. That really is what I believe. Because I can say this on somewhat authority because I've studied this stuff for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. I had tons of books of all this stuff, and that guy has them now. That guy. Most of them. And the others were lost in the Durango. But anyway, I digress. Atlantis and Lemuria definitely existed, and they annihilated each other.
That's true.
They said, oh, that's it, and they shot the nukes at each other, and boom. That I believe that's probably Genesis chapter 1, verse 2, where it says... the earth became void, without shape and void. I believe that is the Lemurians and the Atlanteans wiping each other out. Now you have young earth creationists that say that the planet is definitely not more than 6,000 years old. That is absolute crazy insanity. That's not true. And some of them even make it a salvation issue. That's fucking insane. Okay? Doesn't matter how old you think the fucking earth is, if you're right with God or not. Okay? I guarantee you this place is probably at least 100 trillion years old. That's where I would put it. 100 trillion. And in that space, the Genesis gap, they call it the Genesis gap theory, 1-1 and 1-2. You could have had, like I said, 300 trillion years of history that we know nothing about. We have a sliver of something we might know, and I don't even think it's entirely accurate. So that's my opinion on my research, reading quite a few books from Steve Quayle, all the greats, Tom Horn, Eric Von Daniken. I've researched quite a bit of this, and that's my conclusion on it. And Shanny, we're not a monolith here, so she might have totally different views. And I'd love to hear your views on that whenever you'd want to.
Okie dokie.
Because you're smart. You're really smart.
I'm with Jack. What Jack says, that's me. I'm right there with you, Jack.
I'm sorry, Jack. I really apologize. See, I have a tendency sometimes to ramble on like that because I did a radio show. And when you got to fill 4 hours of a show, you get the talent to just keep rolling. So I apologize, Jack. Let's go back to it, honey. I'm sorry.
in the word no. At University of Phoenix, there's no application fee, entrance exam.
Okay, please.
But it also makes no sense in what mainstream archaeology is saying and mainstream science is saying. They're saying that we evolved into Homo sapiens sapien roughly 120,000 years ago. And then we sat around for 107,000 years doing nothing.
Okay.
Advancing in no way. We didn't even invent the house. And then 13,000 years ago, we just get some gumption up and decide to grow a society and go to the moon. In like 13,000 years. What were we doing with 107,000 years of what? I think we rose as a civilization and were fairly technologically advanced, maybe to where we are now, say. I think we actually had a space program. I think that's why there are bases on Mars. So that.
Okay.
Well, that's not. Elon wants to build bases on Mars for some fucktarded reason.
Well, she might think that, like, the Anunnaki have created stuff on Mars and stuff. You know, not humans yet.
Yeah. Do you think this woman's kind of?
My opinion. I'm not
delusional?
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't, because people like to do that to truthers all the time.
I know that.
I wouldn't say she's delusional. She's making conclusions based on semi-facts. Do you read me?
Yeah.
That's a very bad place to be.
No, I don't really read you.
Semi-facts, meaning there might be a skeletal structure of little bit of truth in what Sitchin wrote, and then he just added a bunch of shit.
Okay.
That's what she's believing.
You know what Ozempic makes my stomach feel like? Like
what?
There's this big freaking large lump in my stomach.
Oh, God, I wish somebody would get us, like, salads.
And I'm very nauseated.
I would love a salad, a big salad.
Yeah, salad would be nice.
No meat in it, just a lot of veggies and big salad.
Veggie salad.
That would be so awesome.
I ate the last of the salad stuff.
Yeah. Food gets eaten.
That's correct.
That's normal.
Then we're looking up at the sky. An extinction level event is heading our way.
Apophis.
What do we do? And I think we buried ourselves, and I think some of us escaped into space. And these people have been living under the ground.
Don't think
and now 1,000 years or so goes by. They're still underground. And see, people don't realize that the climate.
I think that could be possible with the reptilian people. I mean, the Denver airport jokes about that now.
Yeah, I know.
So usually when they joke about something, it's right before they introduce it to culture.
Like I said, if these creatures exist, and I believe they do, they were subterranean. They're living in the earth.
Jack Lamort says, "Come on, Rev, would you say no to a bucket of fried chicken and a nice hot sauce?"
Look at Jack. I mean, for real.
Ew.
You're talking my language. If when I was a fat kid, I'd be like, hell yeah. But no. If you want to get me some exactly what I like, go to Halal Kennedy Chicken. Shout out to Halal Kennedy Chicken. And order me a falafel. I have still not gotten a falafel.
I want rabbit food.
Yeah, me too. I would love a salad on the side with a falafel. Oh my God.
Fruit.
I would literally lose it. I have not gotten a falafel from the place I want yet. I have not. They're $15 a piece. It's insane. They give you some sides with it, though.
I know most foods have corn syrup and soy in them. Doesn't that suck ass?
It sucks. That's why eating raw is probably the best. Nothing processed, only raw ingredients.
I mean, I'm appreciating a nice cup of tea. So there's that.
I'm appreciating this beautiful cup of coffee that I put a little bit of your caramel macchiato in.
That's delicious.
That stuff is incredible.
I'll probably want some sleepy time next because it really does help my stomach. Because, like, I am nauseous, yo.
Yeah, I hear you.
I am so nauseous. Ozempic makes you nauseous. Facts.
That fucking blows.
And then you, like, poop, like, 5 pounds of shit. There's that thing, too.
Wow. Yeah. That was about 3 or 4 pounds.
I don't think I have anxiety from being a serial striker. I don't know why you guys are so mad. I mean, you were laughing when you struck my channels and shit like that. So, don't be mad. Laugh like you usually when someone's channels strike.
I agree.
Yeah. So, that's what you guys do. Now you're mad. I don't give a fuck.
That's right.
Be mad. I don't care.
Look, once again, we did nothing. The YouTube algorithm on copyright figured it out. Picked it up. We didn't do nothing.
There you go. Don't use my stuff.
Yeah, you get permission. Look.
Why are people angry that I'm on Ozempic? I think jealousy. Because I'm on Ozempic and they're not. And I'm going to be a skinny queen and they're going to be the fat slob they've always been.
Damn.
Anyway, back to this show.
Absolutely, the shoe.
Upheaval after the comet. The Uccello horizon is this layer of charcoal 13,000 years ago, showing all the forests of the northern hemisphere were on fire at the same time. That happens in comets because they break apart as they come in and they get these air bursts that cause forest fires. First, it catches all of the northern hemisphere on fire at the same time, lays down this layer of charcoal, and then there's 1,100 years of climate upheaval on top of that. For 1,100 years afterwards, you wouldn't have been able to grow crops in the northern hemisphere.
It's all run by
we had to return to hunter-gatherers just to survive. History became stories around campfires.
So buttery.
My husband and I are seriously talking about we might be out of business. If Matt Cartwright stays in, he's going to just keep on voting.
That's how they're mad and they're saying I'm the one who's mad.
I'll be voting Matt Cartwright, definitely. That's it.
Projection.
Voting
101.
Straight Democrat ticket.
I never said you were jealous, Tamarin.
What the fuck?
People that are on his team. Look what happened with Joe Biden. And he's still sticking with them. I mean, can you imagine?
Oh my God, you're so stupid.
What do Elma, Jimmy, and Marcus have in common? They all grew their businesses with Fiverr
stop
freelancers.
bringing up the same shit
Whether it's for
over and
building
over
a new
again.
e-commerce store,
That's
seeking marketing or
true.
business consultation,
That's the crazy
boosting
thing.
performance with a variety of AI services, or even
Just
if they're an
making shit
architecture
up.
firm looking to get more work done. It's all made possible with Fiverr freelancers. Join millions of business owners already growing their businesses with Fiverr.
Too bad the algorithm don't like you.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm jealous of Shanny.
I think
I love you, Sarah.
In order to survive the cataclysm,
don't be jealous of me.
They had to go underground and seal off.
I'm not like seriously. I don't do the competitive shit. I think it's really dumb. So many people are competitive over the... Like, we were watching Choke No Joke, right?
Yeah, man.
And he was talking about how competitive people are on YouTube and how fucking weird it is.
Absolutely. Over shit that don't matter.
Exactly.
He said that. It's a quote. This shit don't matter, and they stab you in the back for nothing.
Exactly. So,
whatever. That is accurate.
Am I going to vote? Hell no.
Oh, you're not going to at all?
I'm not from this world. I don't vote.
Okay. That's fine. Ugh, ridiculous.
Off all the air ducts and everything, and then survive the cataclysm, and then you can open up all the air ducts again. And so they're breathing fine. Another thing I think they did, and this makes a lot of sense to me, we have stories about this population's moving to underground mountains, underground into mountains. Like the Lemurians that was a continent in the Pacific Ocean that was kind of low ground and would certainly not survive the tsunami that was coming. They had to move the entire population quickly to a safe place. The inside of a volcano is perfect. A volcano has a throat. It's like an elevator shaft going down to the mantle.
It's got a throat, folks.
Essentially through the entire crust. And off of this elevator shaft...
Sorry, ableism will not be tolerated even if it comes from Jesus H. Christ.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Disgusting.
Are huge lava tubes that open up into enormous chambers. So it's already a pre-existing bomb shelter in a way. You know, you can just move with relatively a small amount of effort. You can move an entire population into these things. It'd be above the tsunami line, so it's safe from the tsunamis. You don't want to go underground and low ground. After a tsunami, you could have a lake on top of you. But you go underground in a mountain, you're going to be high enough elevation. And so I think that's why a lot of these underground bases are in mountains or in volcanoes. Mount Mycenae in Italy, UFO hotspot, abduction stories. We think these people that live underground, they have no qualms about using genetic manipulation.
You know what? Those look like spacesuits. Maybe they don't look like that. They look like spacesuits. Well, in this picture particular.
Yeah.
You know, that was a motherfucking spacesuit. Like, I can't even find it anymore.
That's all right.
UFO hotspot, abduction stories. We think
there you go.
Spacesuits.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, like ID4, right? They have like a headpiece. The Predator, too. Oh my God. That is fucking...
They're really showing their asses right now on what kind of people they are.
Unbelievable psychotics. I gotta... I'm gonna show the cops.
Yeah, you definitely show the cops
This is absolutely wrong.
They can't help themselves.
This is the type of shit put you in jail. It really is.
Yeah, continue on doing your shit.
If it was enforceable.
The cops are watching. A lot of people are watching this.
Mm-hmm.
These people that live underground, they have no qualms about using genetic manipulation whenever they want to. We think that when let's say they need a bunch of underwater work done, they would maybe just breed the reptiloid race. In order to make, instead of making scuba gear, you make reptiloids that can.
Well, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. You don't need scuba gear if you have the reptiloids, because they can breathe underwater. It's like in Skyrim, or not Skyrim, but the one before Skyrim. Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Oblivion. The whatchamacallits, the Dragonians, they can swim underwater.
The reptoid people.
Yeah, you can be
they're
one.
amphibious.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very useful.
Yeah, but it's like she just said that shit.
Yeah, she did.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, the cops watch us. They like us. We entertain them.
They enjoy our content.
See, they listen to us while they're working. You see how that works?
Yep.
Work underwater, say, you know. And so I think
and they see how horrible some of you guys are, and they think
so we think that they created them and used them. I believe they used them as sentries to guard the entrances to their underground bases. I know that sounds even wackier than everything else, but one of the things that made me think this was Lake Rupkund in India. Lake Rupkund is like 14,000 feet, and it's on the slopes of Mount Kailash. So it's right there. It's full
she's really putting a lot of detail in this. Could she be lying, adding detail, or is she telling the truth?
No, she's telling you how the way she feels in her worldview.
I guess so.
She's telling you basically her worldview. And I just hate to tell her. Sitchin's... Let's just say that the history books are most likely going to say Sitchin's work is mostly a sci-fi story.
It might be.
That's it. No, I think it's definite. That's how history's going to judge it. So she's basing a lot of her worldview on a sci-fi novel, like Dianetic.
Interesting.
Skeletons. It's a lake above the tree line, and they found there's like 1,000 skeletons inside this lake. And so they thought, well, was there a battle here? And maybe everybody just got thrown in, the losers got thrown in the lake. Now they're DNA testing these skeletons, and this is not what happens.
Thank you for the $2.79, Michelle. I'm sure they are mad that I ate up all the donuts.
Oh, Michael, not at all, actually, Michael. But thank you for the $2.79 Canadian. But no, they think this, especially the Scranton PD, actually, because when I shaved my head and the red A was on me, they said, "Dude, you did that for the camera." I said, "Well, I think I messed up with God too, and I deserve it." And he's like, "That is hilarious." They were laughing their ass off. They thought it was absolutely hilarious. So they love Shanny. They think she's hilarious.
Nobody flagged anyone. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Go somewhere else with lies.
Yep, no flagging was done anywhere.
These skeletons spanned like 1,000 years, and they're from all different races. So, and a lot of them have their heads bashed in. Like, it looks like some giant behemoth took a club and bashed their heads in.
Oh my God.
So I think that's literally what's happening. The Yeti are sentries on Mount Kailash, and when a scouting party does get too close, they bash their heads in and throw their bodies in the lake.
If you're sitting around Googling
the
how to make
fucking
money
Wookiee planet, I believe it. Kashyyyk. The Yetis are from Kashyyyk.
That makes sense.
Because they're Wookiee. A Wookiee is absolutely what? A Yeti.
Yes.
That's definite.
Later, Tamron.
Later. Oh my God. Oh. Well.
Or you thought he said something like that, but he really didn't.
The internet, and your ass is tired of being broke. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, I am, brother. I want my first paycheck.
One of the things I really like about
both of them,
our theories, is it doesn't require any theoretical physics for them to be true. For instance, if they're coming from other solar systems, then somehow faster than light travel has to be true.
Wow.
Wormholes have to be true, or some way of traveling has to be true. Not our theory. They're here already. They've always been here. Are they interdimensional? Whoa. We don't see any signs that interdimensional
That's great
travel is real, except that it seems like they open up portals and go in and out through them.
Black holes
and maybe this is interdimensional travel. But our theories don't require interdimensional travel to be true for our theories to exist. Also, the same thing with time travel. It doesn't require these time travel to be real for our theories to exist.
That's a good thing, 'cause it's
our theories are just fine with normal physics. For instance, in biblical times, these beings were flying in fiery chariots. Ezekiel describes his fiery chariot coming down. The other prophets that went up in the sky, they see this fiery chariot. It sounds to me like good old-fashioned rocketry. They're using rockets and rocketry to fly around, right? Now we know that they've evolved too. They're not just sitting there stagnant. They've been evolving.
I don't know what metric she's basing it on.
Sitchin, she's a student of Sitchin, without a doubt.
Okay, so the metric comes from Stitchin.
Yes, she's very much into ancient alien shit.
And you think he's lying?
No, that's not what no. If he was capable of translating it at all, I believe he got a very basic translation. So he would have had a skeletal framework of a story.
Huh.
And then he filled in the blanks.
Well, that isn't science.
No, it's not. But that's what I believe. He became a fucking pop culture thing because people figured it out. Okay. Because not everything that he said in his life, it was provable false. Some of those
that makes sense.
That's it. You're done there.
As well, and now we know they use some sort of a nuclear power to power their ships, because when people get too close to these ships, sometimes now they're getting electromagnetic radiation burns. So it has something to do with the propulsion, I believe, of their ships. When I think about their technology, I try not to overthink it, because I feel like a gorilla poking at a cell phone, it's just beyond me, most of it. But it doesn't seem like a million years ahead of us, right? Seems about like 13,000 years might be about right.
Yeah.
Now they've evolved past it, and so are we. We're just starting to get beyond looking at other means of propulsion as well.
Okay, so let's get into Admiral Richard E. Byrd. He was quite the explorer, a real adventurer.
Yeah.
In his time, he flew over the North Pole and the South Pole, which back then wasn't just a hop on a plane.
No.
It was a major expedition. Now, where it gets in...
There we go.
I have to comment fast on this because most people that you will talk to... Now, when I say these things, too, there could be disinformation going on and deliberately denying stuff to make it illegitimate. That's possible.
Possibly.
That's very possible. But people that are truthers, that have an opinion on things that's valid, all of the history that we could get on this Admiral Byrd guy, his journals are a forgery. By the handwriting, comparing the handwriting and how he spoke and how he wrote. The actual Admiral Byrd. These diaries about the ice wall, forgeries. I gotta say that because it's probably the case. Now we could see what they say. Maybe they believe. Let's see what they say about Admiral Byrd.
Interesting and a little bit out of the ordinary is when you bring in his connections to ufology. Byrd supposedly kept a diary, and here's where it gets a little bit, curious. In his diary entries, particularly those about his Arctic expedition, he talks about entering a strange new land beyond the North Pole, where he encountered advanced technology and perhaps even extraterrestrial beings. This part of his story has become a cornerstone for many theories involving UFOs and aliens.
Most people know about Admiral Byrd's lost diary. I should not say lost, but posthumously discovered. His son was going through his personal effects after he died, and he found this diary.
Allegedly.
And in this diary, he describes a meeting with these human beings. He describes them as men living under the ice sheet. He's flying his plane into an underground ice world where he spots a woolly mammoth as he's flying by. And
what?
That's a watermelon.
A woolly mammoth. Just walking around underneath the ice, huh?
Okay.
I mean, they kind of showed that in the movie Ice Age.
Yeah. Cartoons, man. Come on now. I'm sorry. If you can grasp onto this and go, oh yeah, it's legitimate, then whoa, your discernment probably not that good.
Still interested in where this woman's mind is.
Yeah.
And then his plane is taken over. They tell him on the radio, we're going to take over your plane and land it. Then he's flanked by flying saucers. They land his plane for him.
Here you go.
He meets with a person called the Master, who talks to him like he's talking to a child, like my son.
God will
my son this, my son that.
Thank you,
This
Jesus.
Master tells him that you are
Lord.
in the world, the underworld, the world of the Ariani. And normally we have nothing to do with you people and your barbaric wars up on the surface.
No shit.
That's
But
it.
we had to make an exception now.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with the people on the surface of the earth and their barbaric wars either.
Now I have a little bit of a narrative commentary that I want to go here for a second, okay?
Okay.
Just really quick so that you can understand, because I have... Oh my God. Whoa! Sorry, hun. I'm really...
went down my boobies. You would have gone searching.
Yeah. That's fun times. Anyway, now... Because I do have... I can... A sort of authority on this type of stuff, okay? Wow, that completely put me off what I was going to talk about.
Sorry, boobies got involved.
No. It's the flip of the cigarette did it.
Oh, not my
I
boobies?
didn't even know. Well, yeah, I love them. And they're a distraction of immense proportion. About 20 pounds apiece. Folks, 15 to 20 pounds apiece. Right there. And they're golden. They're golden. They're gold. They're worth more than gold. Trump would say it. Because they're natural fun bags.
That's right.
They're fucking natural. And Patricia Paytas was absolutely insanely impressed. Okay, here's the deal. If I'm going to be honest with myself and 100% open with the public, and that's what I want to be, I have no allegiance other than Jesus Christ, Shanny, and the boys, and my uncle, okay? I need you to understand that 99.9% of what you think you know, you don't. That's heavy shit. It's very heavy. But see, once you're at that position where you understand that you don't know anything, that's when God comes in and starts giving you knowledge. This is the lesson in the book of Job. It's very simple, that if you remain humble and you pray, then stuff is going to be revealed to you by God. And the gifts of the Spirit are not gone. Holy Spirit is not out. Do you understand that? The Holy Spirit is not out. It's still lit. And you have people like Calvinists, and I won't say all Calvinists, but I'll say that a lot of them do their best to make you not believe in the gifts of the Spirit. It's real. And in some cases you need tattoos and sigils to make it work. And that's, if you want to donate to a tattoo fund, I need it, because my powers aren't here yet. When I get those things, I'll be an actual healer. I believe that 100%. So anyway, you got to be careful with every bit of this information you hear, because if you do research on your own, a lot of times you're going to find out that it's bullshit. All right, let's go back to it, babe. This is good.
Yes, sir.
It's entertaining.
Because you've learned to crack the atom. And this is a power that you should not be playing with. You don't have the knowledge to control this or handle it, right?
I agree. Mm-hmm. I think it's very stupid to do such things.
Mm-hmm. Rob Bresnahan took over his family company as a teenager, sold it to a foreign private equity firm, invested in China. Now he'd vote for tax breaks to millionaires like him and risk your Social Security.
No, we don't have a PayPal currently.
No, we don't got one.
Don't let Rob Bresnahan sell you out too.
Site.
Yeah, I'm done with PayPal. I don't want to ever deal with them ever again. They have no protection for fraud.
Exactly.
Yeah, people can just take their money back.
As a service built on the open source Apache.
So now we've had to break our silence and warn the people of your world. Take back this message to the people of your world.
People in the ufology community, they really latch onto this because it suggests that there could be hidden advanced civilizations or alien contacts that have been kept secret. It adds a whole nother layer of mystery to Bird's already impressive legacy. It changes the whole perspective.
Then
trippy. This thing is like going so freaking fast.
Oh my god! Do you know what I wish that we could review and point people to some really cool stuff? The Fox series, the Fox original show, Sightings.
Yeah, dude.
I think I might know where I could maybe get that. What
I bet we could find it on YouTube.
Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
They have all the old freaking
what?
The old like
TV shows.
Yeah.
You really think they might have sightings? That would be amazing.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's check it out. That would be so wonderful, and we could review them.
Yeah, man. Can you put all the PayPal things? Oh wait.
Deanne did. She just did.
Oh, she just did.
Yeah,
Thank you, Deanne.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Hi, Lizzie. How are you, honey?
You're back. Well, we're glad you're back. That's for sure.
Okay. Let's see.
Give your BFF our lovings and saying, like, hope you're doing good.
Yep.
Sightings full episodes. I can't frickin' believe it.
They do have it.
We are absolutely doing all of it.
That'd be awesome.
92 to 96. Okay, this is why YouTube is so awesome.
Because it has these old things.
Yes,
man.
That's awesome. 49 videos, 95 videos.
Ah, yes.
Holy shit. That's insane. One of these days, I should cover 9/11 coverage.
That would be interesting.
I want to do that one time.
How I'm feeling?
Kind of tired.
I'm kind of tired. Kind of nauseous.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. I'm coping.
You are.
I'm coping through the Ozempic.
Getting used to it. How long do they say it takes
47.
to get used to Ozempic?
I don't know.
Probably weeks, months, maybe.
Then Admiral Byrd, in the 30s, late 30s, Hitler was showing this bizarre interest in Antarctica. Nobody could figure out why. But he's got U-boats just combing the coast,
Antarctica.
and the U-boats say they discover something like a paradise under the ice. One of the U-boat commanders was quoted. Then after that, he sends enormous resources to the continent.
Oh my God! I wish I had ginger ale. I was drinking ginger ale for the last couple weeks, to tell you the truth. Just can't get my stomach together. Have I ever gone to Italy? Yeah, I don't remember. I was a baby. So, but I have been there.
Engineers and ships and mining equipment, and all this equipment is going down there. So there's bizarre. So U.S. intelligence at the time surmises that there was a Nazi base under the ice sheet of Antarctica.
New Swaziland.
And in 1947, after the war, Admiral Byrd was tasked, we believe, with the destruction of this base.
We don't have the money for it, Deb.
So he sends an armada down to Antarctica. It's the Operation High Jump. And in Operation High Jump, we discovered this in a Russian documentary that hit the air on 1986. But it's on YouTube. Anybody can see it on YouTube. Describes this incident. When Admiral Byrd gets to Queen Maud Land with his armada, a squadron of flying saucers fly up out of the ocean, attack the armada with a ray that they shoot at it. Okay. They sank a destroyer and they downed half of Byrd's carrier-based aircraft, killed dozens of men. Then they go back into the ocean and gone. And Operation High Jump was supposed to be a 6-month operation. They turned tail and ran back to South America after just 2 months. We know that.
That's pinnable.
And Byrd was quoted in Argentine magazine as saying, America can now be attacked by an enemy capable of flying from pole to pole in a matter of seconds. Then he went back to Washington and was muzzled for the rest of his life. He did not say another word about any of this the rest of his life.
Of course. That's why these people started going to Congress and speaking to Congress about this stuff.
Absolutely.
Because they were sick of the stigma. Let me fucking speak about this shit. I'm not trying to hurt the government.
And all they can give you is, we have to keep the public safe. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you say so, guys.
I never said that. Made in 5 minutes.
But then this diary is published. And I think what happened is that after the attack, he being the hero he was, this guy was a Medal of Honor winner, he was an explorer, he was just an American hero at the time, of unimpeachable character. We think he personally took a crew, got in one of his planes, and flew into the Ariane world.
But, and this is a big but, it's important to remember that these diary entries are widely debated. Many folks question their authenticity. while others treat them as gospel. So, in the grand scheme of things, Bird's supposed encounters have fueled a lot of speculation and excitement in the world of ufology, giving both believers and skeptics plenty to talk about.
We've since heard of an enormous hole in the Antarctic ice sheet, huge, that you could fly a plane into and go down. And this is in the no-fly zone that America has blocked off, that nobody's supposed to fly over, right? But in a medical emergency, this one pilot decided to fly over it. Sure enough, they spot this enormous hole that the U.S. is hiding from the rest of the world. So we believe he flew down into the ice sheet, met with the master. The master told him essentially what they wanted to do. They want us to give up our...
What do you want us to do for you, master?
The master.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I could tell you there's definitely a city in the earth, because I've seen this in a dream. And everything was stylistically like 1942 Germany, and there's Nazis. So this stuff I do believe in. Like New Schwabenland. I think that's a thing. And there's a black sun in the center of the earth. I know that's real wild, but I think it's
possible.
I think it's a thing. Because I seen it so vividly in a dream. Imagine the game BioShock, that type of vibe.
The Oreo Coke Zero is fire? Ah, dude.
All right.
I haven't tried it yet.
Might have to try it then, hon.
Nukes. Be less technological. Take better care of the planet. And then he told us why he's going to abduct us. It's very interesting. The master told Admiral Byrd, he says, don't worry about the future of your race. We are going to take individuals and assure the perpetuation of your race, the safety of your race. So they're claiming that they're maybe taking individuals and keeping them. And we're finding that this is true as far as there's a lot of just missing people. And the missing people, the numbers go up when you happen to be in a high UFO.
Hi, Janet. How are you, sweetheart?
What's up?
It's just that type of night, man.
Oh my god, I wish I just had just a salad or a falafel. Yeah, I mean, that would be ideal, a falafel, but whatever. Oh.
Yeah, true.
I need something.
More
than like cream of wheat or bread.
That's true. But Jesus will provide.
I know.
Zone area like Alaska. The numbers of people, there's like 16,000 missing people in Alaska. Sure, some were eaten by a grizzly bear and some are dead in a crevasse, but most of them are just poof, gone. And as soon as we applied this story, Admiral Byrd's story, to our UFO data, it all started making sense. Oh, we're not dealing with aliens. We're dealing with humans. And the Greys are humans that have been underground for 13,000 years and look like that because of that. But then the Nordic aliens, they look just like us because they came back up under the surface at some point. But they were our masters playing God. For thousands of years they've been playing God and kind of steering our race.
I'm having bad anxiety right now too, and Amflo decided to show up. I'm almost there with Amflo.
Oh, gyros rule, Janet. Yeah, I'm being vegetarian, so I'm falafel for me. I used to love lamb gyros.
Mike says you're known as Revtar when wearing that shirt.
Okay, I'm down with that. Revtar. I might eat...
Ooh, strawberry soda, that sounds good.
Oh, strawberry soda kicks ass.
Oh, Janet, you sexy bitch. I love shepherd's pie.
Oh. Yeah. Fools.
But now they can't get away with that anymore. Or maybe with some people, but most of the time they can't get away with the God thing anymore. So now they're playing space alien. Anything to keep us looking up and not down where they really are. I keep hearing the same thing. A hole opened up on the mesa and UFOs shot in and out of the hole and then it closed up. This is not a spiritual event. This is a duck blind.
If Mac heart rate
Yeah,
stays
see,
in...
that's weird that she's making these, like, accurate conclusions, but she believes Sitchin stuff. I find that very interesting. I think she's concluding correctly what is actually going on.
I don't know.
There might be one or two other races that are out there. Maybe.
That's true.
I happen to believe if it's out there, it's outer darkness, and whatever's out there is pretty much dead.
Probably.
That's my opinion.
I apologize.
You might have some water here and there on planets and shit, but it's mostly dead space. In my opinion.
Oh, that sounds so good. I love this sheet. You use lentils for your shepherd's pie? That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
You should be a war boy from Mad Max for Halloween. Shanny could do a gender bend version of Immortal Joe.
Okay.
That sounds funny.
I muted that for the sake of the commercial because you can't skip it.
It's fine.
He's gonna just keep.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do this.
That's cool.
Check this out. State Farm was charging me $179 for auto insurance.
Crime.
No thank.
A duck blind has nothing to do with ducks needing glasses. No, a duck blind is actually a...
Hi, Sean. How are you? Sorry.
sort of hideout for hunters. The whole idea is to be sneaky, because you can imagine ducks aren't that keen on sticking around if they know there's a hunter nearby.
On that mesa, somebody pointed a heat detecting camera at it, and sure enough, right under this, where the hole was, there's this heat signature on the mesa, because there's a facility underneath the mesa.
Right now.
There, and you know, everywhere else on the mesa, you point this heat thing, cold, 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 but right where the hole was, it's hot. This is a physical, measurable phenomenon that, and they're...
We're talking about, I guess ultra-terrestrials, like you think they're aliens from outer space, but they actually live underground in the core of the earth. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's what essentially happened.
Really weird. He's making, like, correct conclusions. It's weird.
It is. I saw a video of a paratrooper buzzing the Great Pyramid and there was a dog chilling on top of it. That's awesome. Hi, Sean. Welcome to our live stream. I'm glad for you to join. I gotta wake up, bros.
They're physically here, sharing our planet with us. We think that our government became aware of these things in the 40s. In 1941, in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, there was a crashed alien ship, and with dead alien bodies. The government managed to quash that one quickly.
That's awesome, Mike.
You know, they grabbed all the evidence and took it off to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, and they disappeared the evidence. But we know that they became aware of these things. If not before that, at least...
Yeah, I am tired. I'm on Ozempic now, and I'm not eating that much with it. And
yeah, that's true.
It's tanking my energy.
Oat milk.
Pretty much.
Love oat milk. Holy shit.
I'm so sorry, Janet. The Pleiadians. You've talked to the Pleiadians before? Yeah, our atmosphere is too thin. They like water.
At least by then.
Back in 1947, and this is the kind of famous part, a UFO supposedly crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. You've probably heard about it. But here's where it gets interesting. The wreckage, and some say even the extraterrestrial occupants inside of it, were moved later to the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Why there? Well, it's home to the Foreign Technology Division, which sounds like they're supposed to be dealing with, foreign cars or something. But actually, they handle...
Well, what about foreign entities within the planet? I mean, anything's possible, I guess.
Much more mysterious stuff. Now, this base became the center of a lot of speculation, and let's just say imaginative stories. People thought it wasn't just about studying foreign technology from other countries, but rather from other galaxies. Whoa. That's right, galaxies, far, far away. And Wright-Patterson was the Grand Central Station for UFO research. There were rumors about secret hangars and underground tunnels where alien technology was stored and studied. So over the years, this base has become legendary in UFO circles.
It all sounds kind of nuts, and I realized that, especially when I was researching the alien...
It's okay, man. People have their own alternative theories about life. I'm so sick of, you hear an alternative theory of what you think you know about the world, and you automatically think, that person's insane, they're nuts and stuff. Maybe they're onto something that we haven't yet discovered, or our government doesn't want to tell us yet about. I don't understand why. They should, but they don't. Is the chat all mods? Not everyone. But at this time, there's a lot of mods, because we like to talk to each other, because we love each other.
Alien breeding program. I thought, oh my God, I have to report this in a book. This is so crazy. But then I thought, but is it crazier than that?
I love this sheet. Do what you need to do. If it's gonna make you happy, do it. I have no opinion on that stuff, man. Enjoy your life. Your neighbor got abducted by Greys in the 80s? Oh, that's messed up, man. My Aqua Temple friend was a real psychic empath and would do readings on my friends. And I learned how to do it through her. And Sonia for the Pet Psychic Animal Planet. I have a vid on. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Janet. You had a bad day, dude. You just had a bad day. Just relax for the rest of the night. Yeah, I've seen things in the sky, but I've also seen ghosties. Well, shadow people. Are shadow people and ghosts the same? That's something that, we need to explore.
Yeah. They're coming from 38 light years away, 10,000 times a year, every year, And I realized that it actually makes a lot more sense. That's why they've been with us for thousands of years. They live here. So the Admiral Byrd thing was the real epiphany for me, was realizing that we're dealing with a breakaway population of humanity, and
yeah, go take
I think
a bath.
some of them have been underground for too long.
Yeah, Lizzie's right. Tomorrow will be better.
Oh, like the Greys. What would happen to a human being if you put us underground for 13,000 years? Our eyes would get blacker and larger. Our skin would get paler and grayer. We wouldn't need hair anymore to protect us from the sun. And we have more in common with the Greys than we do with our closest other relative on the planet, the chimps. The Greys walk perfectly upright. They're only other creature to do this besides us is the Greys the Nordic aliens, the Bigfoot, you know, these are the only upright walking beings. So we think that they're evolved from humans. They have mutated from us to a certain extent. That was proven with this one little kernel of evidence I really love is the the hair of the alien. This man in Australia, he woke up to a hybrid alien woman straddling him in bed, and another woman. He said she.
Dude, this would hit you. Like, there was this dude woke up to a hybrid woman straddling him in bed.
That's nuts.
Right? You've had similar dreams to that, like a woman.
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, not lots, but a couple.
That's weird.
They're taking your energy.
Dude, they're probably succubuses.
That's some of it, definitely, yes.
Hi Sam, how are you?
Succubus is accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
They're stealing your energy. Here's me proving with a burrito that I do not eat. That's a deal.
Oh, you forgot my hug.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
I'm just hungry, sorry.
I know, baby.
I forgot. Yes, I did.
You have a succubus story? What is it? I must know what your succubus story is. I need to know. So your neighbor thinks the Greys used her to make hybrids over the years. That's nuts, because we just watched The Fourth Encounter.
Fourth Kind.
The Fourth Kind, yeah. It's The Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
And it's like the same premise there. Like,
yeah.
It's weird. It's like based on a true story. Am I going to do crime video reactions? Probably. In the future. I've definitely been trying to keep up with this Diddy thing. Yeah. But with, like, the Diddy case, man, it's just constantly... It's just constant update after another update after another update. And there's so much information... And there's so much weaves and turns within this investigation. Not to mention you're raveling through a bunch of people that may or may not be telling the truth, and you just have to like cut them when they lie to figure this shit out. It's like so complicated, this like Diddy thing. Like, anyway, I'm sorry. That's like my main thing I've been doing lately is just researching Diddy.
Yep. It's the biggest story in the world.
I think it's the biggest story in the world.
It is.
You know?
Because of the people involved.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's it. Swiss misses.
I should do a Diddy update? Yeah, I should do it.
Could do a quick one.
It's just so much information.
There's lots.
Like, it will, like... I don't know how to go through it all. Like, maybe... You know, I have actually a file with the Diddy court records.
Yeah.
And I was thinking maybe reading them out for you guys.
Mm-hmm. That should be done. Because you're smart, too. You'll dig stuff.
Yeah, I definitely heard about the tunnels under Diddy's house. Actually, the tunnels under Diddy's house and that pool, underground pool they have. Mm-hmm. Aleister Crowley used to use it.
Oh my God.
So it's actually like this underground pool where they do these weird fucking satanic ceremonies under Hollywood.
You can't make that up.
It's so messed up, man. Mm-hmm. It's so messed up.
Horrible.
You're still processing Chris Benoit? Yeah, there's another horrid story there.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
There's a Shanny and Rev subreddit.
Oh.
All right.
Really?
What's up, predators?
Yeah.
She looked more Asian, was sitting on the foot of the bed.
Wow.
Billionaires are paying less in taxes than we do.
You're rich as hell. We're going to give you tax cuts?
Well, I'm not rich as hell. Kamala Harris will cut taxes for us and make
One
billionaires
thing for sure
pay
is
their
that you're
fair
rich
share.
as hell.
Kamala is fighting for
I'm
us.
going to give you more money.
And then poop in my pants.
Tiny little cilia.
Did.
Hair-like extensions all around.
Great.
When you
This
hold
isn't
your
working.
breath and you finally let your breath out and you allow that cerebrospinal fluid to accelerate, the acceleration of that cerebrospinal fluid begins.
Hold on, guys. Meh. Everything's getting old now.
Well, this shit that we have is like 4 years old. Got the right one.
There we go.
That cord
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That cord is a little thinner than the other one. I'm gonna have some cocoa.
I did do a thing on Gypsy Rose. I know there's more on it. Yeah, Gypsy Rose.
Oh, Gypsy Rose.
But this hybrid alien woman who's having sex...
What I need to do is look at what Gypsy Rose up to now, because I know she's up to some fucked up shit. You know? Yeah, I don't do Reddit either. It's just a bunch of crazy people always trying to dig up people's business.
Yeah.
with him while he's paralyzed. Her eyes were too large, he said. Her cheekbones and chin were pointy, kind of too pointy. And she had white hair, long white hair. And so these two women have their way with him, and then he blacks out, and he wakes up the next morning, and there's a hair in bed with him, a white hair.
Ugh. Sounds like the dude, you know, realized he was like screwing frickin' Joan River or something like that.
Holy shit. Okay.
How did you like our sex, darling?
Oh my god. That's pretty horrifying, I guess. Not the best thing to want to think about. Fucking Joan Rivers, boy. Okay.
And her boyfriend got sick and tired of her, and now she's pregnant. Yeah. I hope the baby will be okay.
Yeah.
You never know. She might be just like her mama.
In bed. But you look closer at this hair, it's clear, like fishing line. So he gets this thing analyzed, he gets it tested, and sure enough, it is a clear hair. And there is no human type of hair that's clear. Even albinos don't have clear hair. So it's an unknown type of hair.
It's an unknown type of hair that's clear.
Clear hair?
Clear hair.
Interesting.
Yeah, from the alien succubus.
You know, this woman very much strikes me as a similar individual to Sue Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Sandy of Wisdom. We love you.
That is true about Joan Rivers. She did live in a haunted house, and she used to talk to them all the time.
Hmm?
Yeah, Joan Rivers.
Yeah?
Yeah, she lived in a haunted house.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It does sound like polar bear hair. You're right, Janet.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
He fucked a polar bear? Dun dun dun.
Come on, bro. Give
Huh?
me my hot chocolate.
Aw, thank you, Ghost Malone.
Want it now.
Previously unseen, unknown, and then it tests out genetically as human. It's Basque, Gaelic, and a branch of Chinese that only...
Okay, I've heard this about 1,000,000 times today. Where's the wheelchair?
Oh, that's so good.
Insurance. That's all I have to say.
I've been hearing that too. Yes, she just said it. I took the initiative. I called the company today that's supplying them. And they said, your particular insurance is extremely difficult to work with. Because in order for me to sell you these with the insurance, it has to at least cover it on the baseline. Your insurance doesn't even do that. So it might be delayed for a while before she gets the thing she needs. Shanny, you know, pray for her. Could we pray for Shanny?
Thank you.
Yes.
1% of the Chinese population. It tests out really bizarre DNA, but human DNA. Mutated human DNA, because it's clear. So this is a proof, you know, finally one little kernel, hard kernel of evidence.
Well, you would have to get it tested. I mean, you can't just see it. It's like the Bigfoot people. They see a fucking hair on a tree and they're like, this is proof of Bigfoot.
Hello?
No, it needs to go into testing, like actual testing.
Whoop!
Like, if the hair had like a little bit of a hair follicle, they could test the DNA in it.
So yes. You're right.
So, like...
that not only are these creatures human, they're mutants. All in the same hair. We get the same information from the same hair.
There's a lot of conjecture around what knowledge the government has about all this.
I don't know. There's a lot of people who I question if they're mutants or not. What's with our freaking politicians and that neck thing?
Oh my God.
Looks like they're wearing masks.
I think they're just getting old.
I don't know. It's a weird neck thing that only they have, and I can't seem to see it anywhere else on people.
And stuff, which brings us to President Eisenhower's supposed meeting with aliens. Well, let's set the scene. It's 1954. Dwight D. Eisenhower is president, and according to this story, which is really something, instead of spending a peaceful weekend golfing, he's off secretly meeting with extraterrestrials.
Ew.
Eisenhower went to Edward.
Ew, they're all naked all around the table. Like, put some fucking clothes on, guys.
Oh my God, the alien on the far left, his balls are literally on the White House furniture.
It is.
He's resting his sack, his scrotum, on the fucking chairs.
He's teabagging the chair.
This is unacceptable behavior.
I think so.
And Roosevelt should have rebuked it immediately. In the name
put
of,
some fucking clothes on, guys.
In the name of Jesus, no demonic
which
ball
at the
sweat.
time was called Murik Airfield. The official story was that he was there for a dental emergency. But according to UFO lore, what he was actually doing there was having a meeting with some very tall, very blonde visitors from another world. These visitors were known as the Nordic.
Well,
you see they give it that eye color?
Yeah, that looks really freaky.
But that's accurate.
Yeah.
That eye color, oh my God, fuck. Glowing orange demonic eyes.
Later, Sarah Lee.
Later. Love foods.
Monetized, but we haven't received our pin yet.
That's correct. I'm angry.
We've even asked the mail guy about it.
I did. He said I'll keep an eye out.
Because they looked like, well, Scandinavians. These Nordics weren't your average guests. They were described as peaceful beings, highly advanced, and they supposedly offered to share their advanced technology with us. But there was a catch. They wanted the U.S. to dismantle all its nuclear weapons. As the story goes,
See, I've heard
Eisenhower
this
declined.
before, that the aliens want us to dismantle all the nuclear weapons, and I agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're horrible weapons, and they, like, we shouldn't be fucking with that type of science.
I totally agree.
Because while giving up the entire nuclear arsenal during...
Ashaniko is pretty. I love her.
I agree.
Dude, she's so hot in that video.
Oh my god, I know.
During the height of the Cold War seemed like a bad move strategically. So this meeting is one of those stories that's floated around in UFO circles for years. There's no real concrete evidence, just a lot of whispered rumors and a few looks.
We think that this meeting between Eisenhower and the Nordics, we think they set a disclosure date that has since come and gone. Stephen and I believe at this point that it's actually...
So our government is lying to these people? That's fucked up.
They won't even discuss Roswell or Kennedy assassination at all anymore.
No, I didn't know she did a song with Lady Gaga. I must see that.
Who?
Shout out to Shauna Rev, please.
Hey Shauna, what's up? Shout out to Shauna, because she's cool. The Reverend dude, or the Reverend here, not dude, the Reverend is eating some foods. It's called the Levite priest having to have a little food.
See, us that want to keep this quiet and is trying to keep a lid on it. And we think our cousins are actually trying to
main ingredient is cilantro.
Come out to the world. That's why they're showing themselves so often. I think that's what crop circles are all about, is they're trying to go around our military and communicate directly with our science community. The whole thing with the Phoenix Lights. If you're not trying to show yourself, what are you doing? That incident, the UFO started in Nevada and crossed all of Arizona, making sure to go over the Capitol so the most people can see it, and then cruise all the way across the rest of the state and into Mexico. I thought, what are they, joyriding? Did they steal Papa's ship or something, you know? But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to disclose to us that they're there. And it's our government now trying to keep a lid on it still.
Of course.
Rob Bresnahan took over his family company as a teenager, sold it to a foreign private equity firm, invested in China. Now he'd vote for tax breaks to millionaires like him and risk your Social Security. Don't let Rob Bresnahan sell you out too.
How dare he?
Did you know there is an ever-growing demand for software developers in 2024? In the average...
I don't care.
We all keep thinking, oh, disclosure's coming, disclosure's coming. Since Project Blue Book.
Exactly, Mike Giancini. Rev's eating and Shanny isn't. He must be starving her. Exactly.
See? Mike knows. Mike absolutely understands what's going on here. I do eat all the cookies and all the food. I ate her cookies, see? It happened.
He did.
Inception. The government has been stonewalling us. This isn't happening. It's not happening. It's swamp gas. It's mass hysteria. And then in 2017, Luis Elizondo released his story to the New York Times with the 3 videos, the famous ones, Tic Tac, Go Fast, and Gimbal.
Over the past few years, there's been some real movement in regards to the government disclosing info on UFOs.
Hey, I think disclosure is cool. I like disclosure.
I look like Edge? Holy shit, no way. That's a huge compliment.
Love you too, Mike.
God bless you. That's very sweet.
It all started to unfold publicly back in December of 2017, when the New York Times ran a rather eye-opening article. This piece revealed that there was a previously covert U.S. government program dubbed the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP, which had been operational from about 2007 till around 2012. This program was no garden variety project. Fast forward to April 2020, and the Pentagon made a move that was startling. They officially released 3 Navy videos that had been leaking around since 2017. And these weren't your typical home videos. These captured UAPs performing maneuvers that defy our understanding of physics and aerospace technology. The videos, which were originally captured between 2004 and 2015, showed objects moving at incredible speeds.
Bad Ben director guy.
Kinda, sorta.
God, I love Bad Ben.
Bad Ben is the shit. If anyone hasn't seen Bad Ben, you should see Bad Ben, because it's a very, very good series of movies.
It's entertainment. Oh, we got to go back to the Man Baby Gaming. We're on the cam. They're not seeing the video.
That's true. I apologize.
Sorry about that, guys.
My loves.
Sorry, I didn't notice it till now.
And making turns that would leave even the best pilots dumbfounded. Following this release, the topic of UAPs started to be taken much more seriously by officials and the public alike. It had become a subject worthy of official reports and congressional briefings. All of this culminated in a report delivered to Congress in June 2021, which admitted that there were aerial objects that the U.S. government
Hello, Melissa. How are you, darling?
Cannot identify. They couldn't say for sure that they were extraterrestrials, but they also couldn't say they weren't.
Have I ever eaten the cookie? Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Leaving everyone hanging a bit. And that's how the government began to pull back the curtain on the mysterious world of UAPs, marking a significant shift from the usual secrecy to a more open acknowledgement of the unknown.
Nigel Bach.
It's quite the development.
Nigel Bach.
Although some will say it was a misdirect.
We know all this information from our research almost, but to hear it read onto the floor of the House, into the congressional record,
That's
it
true.
was really
that
something
was
for
really awesome.
Us ufology people were like, wow. Yes, they have ships. Yes, they have dead biologics.
We really need to show the congressional shit.
Mm-hmm. We should definitely review that for people.
It's nuts, guys.
It is amazing.
Do I believe in aliens? I think it's a fact at this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is.
Thank you, Melissa.
It's undeniable that the phenomenon exists, and that's why the government confirmed it. Because they were looking dumb at this point.
That's true.
It's real.
Yes, they are real. And
there
two pilots. One of them was Ryan Graves. He was with the Red Rippers out of Oceana on the East Coast. They're the ones that were seeing these orbs more. He says they're 15 feet in diameter, clear glass, with a black square or cube like spinning inside of it. I think these are like spy drones that they use.
Yep,
and what Graves told me that was news to me was that they are seeing these things every single time our Navy goes out on maneuvers. Every time.
Ain't that wild?
That means they're monitoring our nukes every time.
Yeah, they don't want us to do something stupid to the planet.
That's the whole thing, a dynamic there. That they might be doing that to look benevolent.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you're probably going to have one of these things land somewhere and say, I'm your God.
Maybe.
We literally created you.
Possibly.
And that's a deception. If it ain't Jesus Christ and the Father, it's a lie. Sorry.
There you go.
That's it.
Everywhere we go, all around the world.
Might pull the sun
and Russia too. They're keeping tabs on all the nuclear weapons in the world at all times. And they've proven they can deactivate them whenever they want to, too. The Malmstrom incident. A UFO parked itself outside Malmstrom. One by one, the nuclear warheads were taken offline. All separate systems, too. Just like off. And it's just their way of telling us that we can shut them off whenever we want to. But you can tell they're afraid of our nukes. And why? If they're coming here from distant star systems, why would they care? Who cares if we...
Why would they care if they're from distant star systems? Well, there's this little thing called quantum entanglement. And the atoms that we have here, right now, can be simultaneously in another place, in another galaxy at the same time. So when you detonate a nuke, you're also detonating it on the other side of the quantum entanglement. Thank you very much.
That's well said.
Thank you.
I heard it all. That's well said.
Happy Halloween, happy Halloween.
Absolutely. Halloween is loved around these parts because it is fun to dress up.
Exactly.
Why not?
Blow ourselves up. But if they live here with us, I think that's further proof that they're not coming here from distant star systems.
In the shadowy depths of government secrecy and the endless skies above, we have journeyed through the strange world of UFOs and unearthed tales. From Admiral Byrd's Arctic adventures to the concrete halls of Wright-Patterson and the legendary meeting between President Eisenhower and extraterrestrial beings, we've explored corners of history not found in textbooks. What truths lie as the curtain slowly lifts, revealing hints of advanced technologies and potential interstellar communications? We're left to ponder, are we alone in the universe?
No.
Or have aliens been here all along, living right beneath our feet? The answer,
both there and
woven
here,
into the fabric of these unsolved mysteries, is waiting silently to be unraveled.
In our theory, they're really not aliens.
If we go by the Bible,
I think they're
guarantee
opportunists.
Look, we had a walking, talking serpent in Genesis. That's all I need to tell you. These things that they tell you are legend and never happened and they're myths, they're lying.
I do the same thing, Janet. Really bad certain movements trigger me. Like I say, like, please don't do anything sudden in my peripheral vision.
I get it.
Dude, that fucks me up, man.
I get it, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I really am. This medication is very good, and it makes me less...
manic.
Yes, all over the place, and crazy.
We don't call them aliens in this house. We call them cousins. Or we coined a word, intraterrestrials, instead of extraterrestrials. That's our word.
Intra.
We should copyright it.
Copyright it, yeah, that's a good one.
It's mine.
That was a fantastic doc.
It is.
I liked that very much.
That was a good doc.
Because testimonies are awesome.
They are.
Oh my god. I love the thumbnail. It's the best thing ever.
It is.
Literally. You could not get a better thumbnail ever. It's impossible. I think people's final verdict on this type of shit needs to be... look, if you want to know the truth, if it's going outside scripture, which is right, Yoshi is protecting my scripture there, you see that? I put this particular Yoshi, because I'm the general of the Yoshi army, I put this particular Yoshi in guard detail to my scripture, for now. Because that's it right here, that's my scripture. Okay? If you're going outside of that, guess what? You got bad problems. You just do. Because if you want the truth, it's got to sync up with what you see in there. Now, does it sound like UFOs and shit in some of the stories? Yeah. Ezekiel's wheel within a wheel sounds very much like a craft. But it's electromagnetism, and they know how to manipulate it and use it. That's the deal.
Yeah.
But if you're believing shit that's outside of that, you're done.
True.
You're going to be deceived.
Well, I think that's the end of our live stream, guys. I'm pooped. I need to get some sleep.
Alrighty.
If you would like to help us out, you can donate on down below.
You're angels. There's angels out there.
Thank you so much for everything. I love you.
Thank you,
You don't need to do anything, though.
Glad you like it, Dashton.
That's right. I love you guys, man. I'm just really tired. Peace. And Maranatha.
And Maranatha.
Maybe tomorrow we'll start looking into the them going to Congress and talking about the aliens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love you, Janet. I want to talk to you a little bit more. All right?
Oh, yeah.
In private. All right. Love you guys. Oh.
That's what we call a boy.